Hey, Jessica. Hey, Dr. Rodriguez. Hey, guys. All right, are you excited to learn more about how to convert affluent patients into your high ticket treatment plans? Because that's what we're talking about today. We don't want to see one-off single treatments. Let's see how I look after just one session, right? Today, I'm sharing with you a consult hack to convert more affluent patients so that you can sell more high ticket treatment plans. That's going to help you drive revenue and patient results at the same time. Always that win-win that I'm after for both the med spa and the patient. Because so often when it comes to high ticket treatments, like you name it, Opus, Morpheus, Cool Sculpting, CO2, Silpharm, Sculptra, right? You name any high ticket treatment plan or device, oftentimes our providers and our team are focusing on the technology, how many sessions you're going to need, what it feels like, what you can expect for downtime, right? The ingredients, you name it, like the intense pulse light, the waves, the technology. They get into all of that. They geek out on the science, the technology, the medical history of it. And at the end of the day, your affluent patient walks out with her $5,000 Louis bag and she gets into her Jaguar and she's headed off to, Maui, of the vacation that she tells you that she's looking forward to. And she either doesn't buy your treatment plan, or maybe she just, buys that first session and sees how it goes. And that doesn't do the med spa or the patient any good, right? They're being undertreated. They're not following the complete protocol. Your ones and dones kind of thing. And so it's not in anyone's best interest. And so today I want to share with you that consult hack that is going to help you and your team to be able to convert more of those high ticket treatment plans. What you have to say in those consultations with those affluent patients that's going to get them to take immediate action. Because what I don't want you to do is focus on the technology and how many treatments you're going to have and how long it's going to take to see results, right? All those things are important, but that is not what should be focused on. This is what one of the core reasons that's preventing you and your team from converting more affluent patients over to spending tens of thousands of dollars with you. Okay. So here goes, guys. My consult hack for converting more affluent patients into those high ticket treatment plans and devices is really a very simple but so effective analogy that I'm going to be sharing with you. And this really easily can be shared with your team. So here it goes. So I call it the Bora Bora analogy. Now stick with me for a second here. Can you see this? I'm just going to flash this here for a second because this is me in Bora Bora a handful of years ago. Very fit, very tan, best tan of my life on that Bora Bora trip. Now, let me tell you about my Bora Bora analogy here, okay? And how I ended up there and spending thousands of dollars on this dream vacation. My travel agent calls me up and says, Katlin, I have the vacation of your dreams. You and your husband, or you and a girlfriend, whatever, you just need to go. I know that you will love this vacation. I was like, well, tell me about it, right? I didn't go straight to how much does it cost. I first like, well, tell me about it. And so she goes in to tell me how these overwater bungalows are just a dream come true, and that it's the bluest ocean water that you've ever seen. And listen, guys, I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to Hawaii, Mexico, I've been everywhere, right? But she's like, the water in Bora Bora is nothing like you've ever seen. You can go swimming with dolphins and stingrays and sharks. They're going to just like the fruit there, and they just like cover you in flowers. The service, the people are so nice. It is like the sexiest island on earth. And guys, I'm doing like photo shoots there. That's how sexy and amazing this island is, right? So she's telling me all of this. I don't even ask her. I'm like, okay, sign me up. I want to go on spring break. And that's exactly what I did. Now, in hindsight, okay, this is where the Bora Bora analogy comes in with your team. In hindsight, if she would have sold me on the travel itinerary versus the Bora Bora dream vacation, I can tell you I never would have told her yes. If she would have told me, Caitlin, you would have to take a 2-hour flight to LAX, and then you got to get through LAX, and then you're going to take a 2-hour flight to Tahiti, and then you're going to get on a tiny little plane that like you don't even buckle in. You basically sit on a crate, right? And you do a little putter jump over to Bora Bora, the island, and the landing is really rough. So be prepared for that. And oh, by the way, they're going to lose your luggage because this is such a small island, right? And not very many people speak English. And when they serve you your pizza, they use goat cheese instead of mozzarella cheese. And so it's a little bit weird right there. And oh my gosh, you think Hawaii is expensive? Like it's $30 for a cheeseburger. Now, that is what's happening in your consult. Do you guys see the difference? See, your travel agent, when she sold me the dream vacation, she told me that she sold me the dream, right? She told me how it's going to make my life better and how magical it was going to be. And what's happening in the consult room with your affluent patients is your providers are talking about, how we're going to help you minimize the pain. Here's the cool technology, right? This is how many treatments that you're going to need. You want to get started, right? And so they're either not buying, or then they're like, well, how much does it cost? But when you focus on the dream, when you focus on solving their problem, right? Not on the widget, not on the tangible things, right? But when you focus on intertwining those stories that get me motivated to take action, that get me inspired, that you can solve my problems, that you can make me feel beautiful, that you can take years off me and make me feel younger, that I can finally have a solution to the pain point that has been bothering me for years, it doesn't matter how much it costs, right? So whether you are in a consult with an affluent patient or with someone, just a normal patient on a normal budget, when you focus on selling the dream, selling results, selling how you can solve their problems and give them the results that they want, when you share your beliefs, your passions, and your success stories with your patients that you've already had, that you've done it before, no longer do people say, I only want to start with one treatment and we'll see how it goes, right? Let me think about it. Well, I can get it cheaper down the street. That really is the biggest differentiator at the end of the day. It's so simple. It is so simple. And when that clicks finally for you in your team, you're going to see the difference in the average revenue per hour with your patients, with your providers, right? It's going to help you see an increase of number of visits per year. And so at the end of the day, the big takeaway is to really think about, how do you sell Bora Bora instead of the travel itinerary, right? And when you apply that, when you're making recommendations to the patient, you are going to be blown away with how drastic the conversation looks and sounds in getting a commitment at the end of the day. And then when you weave in your personal beliefs and stories, right, on why they should choose you, like why they can finally trust and believe that you can solve their problem and make their life better, it is game changer in results at the end of the day. Okay. So if you want your team to convert more affluent patients, sell more high ticket treatment plans that is really going to drive revenue and patient results, right? That win-win that we're always after, then you got to keep it simple, right? Don't try to be the smartest person in the room. I always say you got to dumb it down to the third grade level. And when you do that and you talk about your passion and excitement and results, right? And you sell them on the dream, sell them on Bora Bora, sexy time at the beach. That is when you are going to convert more affluent patients. That's when you're going to convert, packages that can transition into membership. And you better believe they're going to get medical grade skincare in addition to that to protect their investment, right? And when you have that kind of passion and energy and belief in what you are recommending, then you are going to see such a difference in conversions at the end of the day. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, injector, hubby, that's a new one. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Nurse Carla. Hey, Sherry, thanks for joining us. All right, guys, any final questions before we wrap up here? Hey, Jessica, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are really selling your belief, your stories, your passion, and that is going to translate into conversions with affluent patients. All right, we got a question coming in. What's the best approach to selling patients on the dream while still managing their expectations? I don't want them to feel like we bait and switch them. Okay, great question. So when it comes to managing expectations, it's absolutely important, but you want to get really that commitment in getting started before you really go into pre and post treatment protocols, right? Like you don't need to get into the weeds of those things until you have that commitment in getting started. And so don't overthink it. Get a commitment, and then you can make sure that everyone is on the same page with pre and post treatment protocols. But here's what I will tell you is, and again, I go back to my Bora Bora analogy here, is that my travel agent, she absolutely, got my credit card and got my flight and then sent me my itinerary. And then I saw the 10-hour flight from LAX to Tahiti. And then I saw that I had to wait an hour and then get on a little plane and do another 20-minute flight on a tiny little aircraft that literally sat 12 people. And it was like, at that point, I'm sold, I'm excited. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at that point, right? So I didn't learn it after the fact, right? I didn't learn it while I was in flight. So I'm certainly not suggesting that you don't manage your patient's expectations, but you certainly don't need to get into the weeds and basically outsell yourself or oversell yourself in the sense that you've overcomplicated it. So then they're overwhelmed and they just can't make a decision. So great question. All right, guys. So to convert more affluent patients, sell Bora Bora in sexy time, sell them the dream. And you are going to sell more high ticket packages that are going to drive your revenue and amazing patient results. Thanks so much for joining me here. If you loved this training, make sure you share with your team or another med spa that could benefit. You can catch the replay on my YouTube channel that has over 200 free resources and trainings. And to get access to more free trainings that will help your med spa grow, visit our link tree in the social bio and be sure to join live every Wednesday, same time, same place, 2:30 Central Time. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Have an awesome day, guys. Thanks so much for joining.